It's something about that culture that you mentioned about how you get the customer or you make the sale and that's the end of the customer journey, right? You fulfill what it is you told them you would fulfill. Maybe you're a coach and you coach them for 3 months and then the coaching is over and you never talk to them again, or you very rarely reach out to them, or maybe you have a commodity and you simply sell the product and that's it. Maybe they're on your email list and they get an email every month, but it's not personalized. It's not special to them. It's not unique to them. We're very much in a culture of closing the deal, right? And that language I had to work on changing years ago when I went through a sales training with this gentleman named Lance Cooper. And he's got a process called Sell with Class. And I learned a lot from this process as a young adult when I was in my early 20s. And he had this idea of changing the language from closing the sale to securing the client, right? And closing and securing are very different words. Again, language makes a big difference. There's all these sales books and customer service books from the 80s, the 90s, the early 2000s that talk about closing the customer. But what does that mean when you close the deal? It means the door is closed, right? There's no more communication. There's no more business. There's no more referrals. There's no more talking even with that person. But when you talk about securing the client, now you're opening the door for a long-term relationship. I remember even a few years ago with my business coach at the time, I was talking about making sales and I was talking about the sales call of when you're about to close the deal, right? And he's like, Brandon, we need to change your language. And I was like, what do you mean? He's like, I don't want you to ever call it a sales call again. He said, it's not a sales call. He said, it's an enrollment conversation. It's a conversation to talk about what it will look like now that you've enrolled that client in your services and how you will serve them. And if it makes sense for them and it makes sense for you, now you have a relationship. So my question for you based on all of that is this shift from closing the deal to securing the relationship. Obviously, things have changed in today's world. Customers have all the information they need. They can go on Google, find prices. They can find other customer service experts that can help them. Like, I guess the question is, when did customer and client success change in our world? Like, and how did it change? What are the differences now versus then?
Well, for the when, I think it's quite hard to say, but it's definitely within the past 20 years. I think it's proper to each industry. How it changed, I think, is like you said, customers now they have. I mean, you need to have trust in order to kind of being able to give your money to someone, and it's more than true now because you have access to so many different information. You have access to so many different competitors, and therefore it's a good thing actually for businesses because it opens so many opportunities. So it's all about the continuity of what you do in terms of providing the service that will make the difference. Now the competition's high. A business coach you can be giving, because you mentioned business coach, and that's the very important thing you need to do as a business coach. You can give the best advice ever. The impact of what a business coach says is not while you are having the meetings with the person as a coach. It will be after you've provided the services. So the continuity is crucial. It's crucial to find out how the advice you've been giving as a coach worked on the business you've been helping. And it's a way to be genuine to your clients, to show that you care. And today, showing that you care is crucial because that will be a factor that will really make a difference between yourself and your competitors, more than you think, more than businesses think, because people attach a lot to care and to trust. Those things are really important. Like most, when I talk with other business owners or even myself, the returning clients, they don't only return to you because they're satisfied by your services, but because they feel there's a relationship that's been created, relationship of trust. They feel that there is a care coming from the person providing the services or the products that they don't have elsewhere. And those things you can only get into through customer service. And if you have this short-term sales vision where you think that a client is not anymore a client once the service is being provided, you will lose so much opportunity, and you will spend so much time in always spending time and energy in generating new sales where you could have much better customer retention and focus more on new customers that you already had. So yeah,